Okay, so let's see if somebody else joined. Nobody yet. So I'm just gonna start, I think. If people want to ask questions, you always can do that in chat. So yeah, first things you always need to do when you are creating a world is have in mind what you want to do. For example, you can always search up some real world examples or some inspirational things. I'm thinking of replicating what I did with some things I have posted already in Discord. And that's floating islands worlds, but a lava version of it. So if I, for example, seek floating islands in Google, I find a lot of these kind of things, like this one. So you have these, you have the ground, you have like a mountain, an upside down mountain, and just normal terrain on top of it. That's what you most of the time find. You also can find this more waterfally stuff, and just some other stuff, which looked amazing. We will like make this, but without the buildings on top, because those people will make. That's not our thing to do. So, first thing you need to look into then is if you go into new, file new, world, you can create a new world. And so I have now a named world. An I has a seed. As a seed is a value which can be randomized, so that like every thing is like a little bit random. I'm gonna make this home planet. And so then we also have like the world rank. You can set that to the rank you want it to be. I think this world is not gonna contain lava as before, and is not gonna be that hard. I'm gonna make it in a world rank of 2. All the worlds that are currently in Boundlass are worlds that have a value of 0 to 2. So yeah, they have like till level 5 monsters. So also then you can put every color in here which you want to use. For example, for what color of V, what color of ash, which color the flowers, and all the rest of the stuff. So for example, if you want the gleam here to be pink, you can do that. Then we have nodes. So this is, by the way, just for the editor itself. Yeah, you have file which has file stuff, preferences, which is just some preferences of the generator, which you can view the biomes in, and the meshing which needs to happen to view them. How many threads that they use for that. How more threads you use, the faster it will go, but your PC need to be able to handle it. That's the opposite side. So then we also have a launch client, but this launches a client which you can connect to your world builder with. So if you are like with this button here, with the green one, you can launch a world, and then you can launch the client. Normally it should connect, but I don't think it's at the moment will, because there's no biome in this world, so it has nothing to connect to generate. So let's test this out. So this should just say that it fails to connect, because yeah, no server is running well there. I'm just gonna put this at the screen so we don't have the annoying screen in the way. And also, by the way, you can send these things to a new tab. So I hope you guys can see that. And then we have a new tab with everything on it. Send it to one. And I can close this. So, for the generator, we have a distribution which has a biome size. This biome size means how big biomes are in a way. You can better do it with the altitude, temperature, humidity, vegetation. I'm gonna come on these points later because we will need them for generating multiple biomes with each other. Then you also have the global generation. This is just how high the water is, and you have a second level here that you can set, which just says like if you want at the bottom of your world you want lava instead of water, you can do that. And then you just have some visualization tools here. For example, if I do here, nothing's there yet because we have no biomes. But normally you would be able to, for example, you can see here, if I click here, you can see the biomes in top-down view and height map view. So what we first will do then is create a biome. And as you see, we just created a tab for biomes, and every one we have like a list here of a lot of stuff. I will explain them as they come, what they are. I zoomed in. No! Come on, zoom out a little bit. Okay. So we have also already a lot of biomes that are already maybe in the game, don't know. But for example, if you click here, then you get castles, and we can put castles, for example, in here, and then we can visualize it. It's now generating the biome castles. This may lag a little bit for the stream because yeah, it's generating stuff. So it's using my CPU core. And as you can see, this is, for example, the biome castles. It just has a lot of trees in it, and just has very rich underground, really rich underground, and also some lava. So yeah, this is that. So that's how you attach pre-existing biomes to your world. So these are the already generated ones that they have. But we also can create a new custom one. Custom one we will make ourselves. So I will name this biome Islands. So we now have the node islands. We can connect this up. And then about these things here and the islands tab itself, don't really worry about it. We will worry about it when we do the altitude, temperature, humidity, and vegetation, and we have multiple biomes. Because our world is now at the moment existing of only one biome, so these things don't matter at the moment. What matters is here the biome part. This is a very important thing. So if I open the biome data, you can have really a lot of things in here. I will, by the way, the stream may be a little bit behind in count of seconds, so it may take some time before I say hi to anybody or answer a question. But feel free to answer ask questions. I will gladly answer them. So, in the biome data, in the biome part, we have height map, 3D islands, caves, terrain collapse. I just will open them all. And then we also have the biome visualization and subbiomes, because a biome can exist out of multiple biomes. So next up, I will show you how to use height maps with biomes. We will use a height map for the bottom and the generation of the sea floor in the Iceland world. So that this node here, this gray one, stands for 2D noise or 2D generation, and the red ones are for 3D generation. So you can see here 3D noise nodes and 2D noise nodes. The 3D cell noise nodes and the 2D cell noise nodes are in with these ones. I may actually touch them. Depends on what you want to do with it. I will show you guys how to use some of these ones and what you all can do with it, because it's a really advanced system. Has a lot of complex things you can do with it. It will involve a little bit of math even to be able to do this stuff. So for first, height map. Height map we will choose out of the 2D noise nodes. There already are some height maps predefined. For example, if you just want hilly, you can just take this one and we can actually look at that. This is, for example, the hilly height map. So white is really high and black is really low. So it goes black, purple, blue, light blue, green, yellow, orange, red, white. No, it's like the colors of the rainbow. That's how it goes. So you also can send this to a new window. So if you paste this on a new window, you can actually change the values and still see the results. So how am I gonna do this? If I just place this on this side and this on this side. And for example, if I change the frequency to a little bit higher, you see it will update, and you'll also see that frequency means how big or how small is the generation. The seed is just a random seed. I mean, I can place cookies in here. And if I now copy this and paste it, then you will see that this is the same as the other one, which won't be true if you put different seeds in. The seeds makes it so you can have multiple of the same generations, and also to be able to get random noises, because otherwise you always would have the same noise and would look always the same, which is not what we want. We want it to look random or as random as possible. And softness is how soft the edges are here. So if you put it up all the way, you will see that you will get really soft edges, and really sharp edges. Like, I know what this is, Fahrenheit. Apparently uses it. And then edge sharpness, you also can put that higher, and that will create really sharp edges, apparently, and really soft edges. If you put the softness really high, then you see that you almost have no of those lines in there. Bumpiness is how bumpy, so how up and down that the values are going. You can put it really low, really high. You see you have a lot of differences. This is only one of those pre-made ones. We also have like some that are not pre-made. So you can, for example, see that this is C base. I'm not going to. I'm gonna make my own C base. So also, if you want to see it in 3D, you can. There is here a 3D render. It shows you how it would look like in 3D. It's really fast, it generates really fast, so you can really test out stuff with this in 3D. If you don't, because normally people don't usually look at the normal height maps, this is really difficult to see how high and how low things are. But with this, it makes it a lot easier to make that out. So that's that. Then I will show you what all of these do. I will start with Berlin and Simplex, because those two are the most used ones. Berlin and Simplex, they are alike, but they have some key differences. So this is, for example, Berlin. It's a blobby texture field. This was made for wood generation, another generation on the GPU only, to have easy availability of random textures, which this is. So you also can see that Simplex, like a lot different, but also a lot the same. It just uses less math, so you will see like lines in there and different things. This is a much simpler algorithm than Berlin is, but Berlin gives a better result. Also can set the frequencies on these. For example, you get a really low frequency, then you will like zoom in. This is how most of them want to say this. You zoom in and you zoom out with frequency. So that's Berlin and Simplex noise. We will use some Berlin noise in the bottom of the water, and I will put it like really zoomed in because I want it to be, the hills to be spread out a lot. And then I think I will start from the top to the bottom. Mega Clamp takes in, and so this is input and this is output, by the way. So it takes in a function, a 2D function, and what it does is it really goes and clamps the values. So you see that like half of the lows is now really low and half of the highs is now really high. If I show that in 3D, there's almost no difference. has little to no area in between. That's hard mega clan. Then we have min max. This takes in a function and gets the minimum and maximum from the other one. So you will see that now I only have the blue from blue to orange. So from here to here. Only those parts of the Berlin noise I now have. We also have offsets. If you look at this, this is how this looks. If we place like a little bit of offset, it will offset. I mean, it's not very visible, but this, I mean, if I place it on like a really little thing, maybe this here, this here, I mean, it's somewhere over there or over there, it's offset. And you also can place frequencies on here and a C. Then rectify. This is a harder one. I have not looked into this. I mean, you can play around. I mean, it takes in two values. So you can like get two Berlin noises in there and then see what happens. So it tries to create rectangles, I think, because that's why it's called rectify. So it tries to create rectangles. I'll also put this one higher. And probably the like if I put like constant, you also have a constant. Constants are just one value, so the whole map is just that value. So if I just put a 1 here, I think I'll try to hit this almost no rectification. All the way down. Huh. Yeah, it just gets different values. Don't know how this one works. A little bit more complicated. Then remove negative. This removes all negatives. But why that it takes in 3 functions that I do not know. And I think if you... Oh. Okay, that's strange. The naming is not very clear on some of these. Selection standard is just this. And you can play with it. I suppose I'll probably make it more noisy. And it has also maximum value. I don't really like this one because of the hard edges you have. If you look at it in 3D, you will have these hard edges, which don't look good. But you can place like Berlin noise over this and it will smooth it out a lot. Then we have constants. That's just a constant value. A wave is waves. So for example, sinus, square, triangle, sawtooth. Sawtooth is a fun one. This creates like the saws, the saw things. So the saw, its teeth. That's what it's trying to create here. And maybe hard to see on this. If you have just like a 2D plane, it's harder to see a sawtooth. And then just like a sawtooth in X direction and a sawtooth in Y direction, and then interpolate them over the whole thing, and then you will get this. That's how that works. Volley can add components. Volley to the unique component. Oh, this is cellular. Or yeah, because this creates cells. So probably when you have this, it's probably a little bit different. Yeah, it's more cells. But if you freeze this, you will have literal cells. I don't know what happens. And another component? Yeah. Doesn't really do. It does have an effect, but you just need to play with these a lot to be able to see what like everything does. Image is you can load in an image and yeah, just an image, and then you can see what happens nearest bilinear, and cubic is just how you filter the image. And then if you click here, you see the image. For example, you can make a troll face and then put it in here. It's just an example. I think I have an image. These are just some images that they have added. For example, the cellulose, a solenoid. You can add this, and then you have like it's a black and white image that they convert to their own. And these need to be, I think, black and white, like gray values. Then we have remap. This remaps like your noises to new values. For example, we are going to use this for the ground terrain. You can have the Berlin noise here, attach it to the remap. I just click here, come to here and click again. Let me just refresh because I don't see okay. Okay. So here you can remap values. So for example, this here is from black to white. You can remap these values, so it's from -1 to 1. You can remap these values from like 0 to 0.4, which gives me from almost bluish. There's some bluish things here. So this gives me more like hilly instead of the really high hills that you have in this project. This is a really great smooth hills with everything. And you can just bring up the highest one. I'm actually gonna look this very behind, and I wouldn't know why. Okay. Oh. It's probably my internet that's not wanting to. Strange. But okay. Yeah, so for example, if we remap, attach that to this height map, you can select the minimum and the maximum value. If you don't want to get minimum, you just click here, and then we can visualize the chunks. So now our world looks like this. So if you want to see this in game, you can. Close that. Launch the server. I'm connected. So as you see here, this is the world we are in now. Also here you have like a lot of stuff. A long dark matter. This is like cheaty stuff. Oh, it's still busy generating, apparently, because it just did the smoothing this terrain. Also, I thought you could fly in here, but I don't know how to do it. Because I have been flying in here, but I do not know how to do it. Maybe somebody else can say me how to do that. Maybe in chat, maybe somewhere else. I will see. Actually, you can see if the views is still looking at 1. And the map is like from like 0 to 4. Yeah, it's still okay. Okay. So let's close this off because we can open this whenever we want. Okay, so now this was too high. So, and then by the way, an easier thing is if you just do this, it gets generated pretty fast. So you don't have to worry about anything really, and you instantly can see the result here. So the remap, I found it like too high, so I'm gonna remap it to like this value, this value. So it's more like it's remapped to really low value. If you actually remember this, it's more like hilly in the bottom side. I'm actually gonna push up the lows because I don't find it it's too hilly still. So this is probably gonna be better for the sea bottom. Because we will have, like with the 3D islands, you can make 3D islands. And by the way, there's an auto layout feature which just auto layouts everything. Delete. It's annoying if you don't have a lot of the stuff. So then now we will go to 3D. 3D is a little bit more annoying. Oh yeah, I didn't do the whole thing. But absolute is how mathematical works in absolute. It's like you take in something and it makes it absolute. So everything below 0 becomes like the sign, so the minus, you just remove the minus from every value. That's what you do. This can be handy. There's actually also a second one, which I do not know what the difference is. You also have fractal. Fractal makes it so you have an input, and it will create different variations of octaves, which it puts on each other, and can create like hills on hills, like smaller hills on big hills. It's handy for such things, and you have more depth in your terrain. You have like just the height map as your base terrain. You can get more like little hills on bigger hills with that. And so you can just add some octaves like this, and then you can just say the multiplier here to 2, 1, for example, also 0.5 or even minus. So it's something to use if you have like really want to have a really detailed doubly terrain. Then we have interpolated. This interpolates the noise you get in. It may be hard to replicate for you guys to wrap around your heads to some of these things, but here is what interpolation does to Berlin noise. For example, this is just too high and too low. This is something I most of the time hate with 3D representation. But then we also have sound distance and so sample. These two take in a 2D cell noise. So we have Voronoi, we have grid, rectangular and triangular. Voronoi is, I'm just gonna show you what Voronoi is. Voronoi is something special. So you have like each of these cells was in a grid. They chosen just a random point in that grid, and then here you see the distance functions between those grids. So from this one to this one, this one to this one, you just see the distance between them. This is what Voronoi is. Then you have hexagonal. By the way, this is just to show it. It created hexagons. Then you have triangular, which is just triangles, really little triangles, so you may want to bump up the frequency on here. So they're much bigger. Then we have, for example, also 2D, just grids. It just creates grids. Also, the samples also takes in a function which will sample with the value and something else. You also can power and overflow power. You can search this up, actually, how cell samples works. Most of these things you can search up online, how they work in normal generation algorithms. It may be a little bit codey. This is more it's something that's made for everybody to use, and also making artists able to make that. It's a tool. So that are those two. Then we have Distort. I'm going to use a width, but then in the 3D version on Boundlass, just because it has like a really nice effect on things. It gets a base one, and then you can, with Perla Noise or with something else, you can distort it. It also has a scale and lerp is a linear interpolation. That's how it's called, lerp. So you can have like a function for the low end, a function for the high end, and the interpolator. So it interpolates between the low function and the high function. It may make no sense, but try it out. Let's see what you come up with. Gaber is something I have not heard of. But I need to look into it. I never have used it. So. Min and max are minimum and maximum. So you can add things and then say like, I want the maximum of these two functions. So the highest value of them, of all of it combined, I want as a new map, or the minimum. These are two really much used ones because you can do really a lot with it. Then the sum is you can add two or more of the noises together to create something. You also have the power and the multiplier. So power is, you can see like each value as an individual mathematical equation. So each point on your on the height value, in the height map, is just one cell, and that's an equation you go through with this remap and with everything here. So you have sum, min, max, and product also, so which is multiplication. So you can do Berlin noise times Berlin noise, for example, and then you add powers. So we now at the moment have, I will actually see, because I want the water to be there and it's also to be water. Actually don't want the water. 164 is good for the one. So if we look now, we should see, yeah. So they come out of the water. That's something I don't want. I want this to be all underwater. So what I will do is change that up, is place a maximum here, like lower, maybe also a little bit lower. So we just move like everything downwards. As you can see, even to the point that it reaches the bottom of the map. That's something I don't want. I'm gonna set this to a new window. So it's easy to see when you're making stuff here. So you instantly can see the changes. So you do this, instantly see the changes update. This looks a lot better. You are gonna see that your PC, when it's doing this, it's gonna be laggy. Like, I think even my PC is lagging a little bit because of it. This is a really heavy program because of the generation. But yeah. So this is getting hot in this room. Right. And then there's no water coming out. There we go. Yeah, I have a pump on the bottle, which I use to get water out of. So. Also, if you want to talk to me directly, there's Discord. I'm in the Discord voice of Boundlass, so you can go there if you want to talk to me directly. So now we want to create like islands in the sky. What we're gonna do that is with not with 2D noise. 2D is only for like playing with height, so that can't do like caves or overhangs or things that are in the sky. That it can do. You need 3D noise. You also have like most of the things you have in 2D, you also have in 3D. You have like also some other stuff. So for example, a profit raise, discussion, and some other stuff. You just need to see and let how you like it. I'm just gonna use Berlin 3D to get Berlin noise. So if I now add this, for example, to here, and then this won't really do much because I need to set this on and this on. If I put this here, this probably will do something. Yeah, there we go. So now it's creating from 0 to all the way up in the air. It's creating Berlin noise, 3D Berlin noise. This is how that looks, by the way. It's really heavy. But if I put it, I think lower, that's what it is. We will get a more of a blobby Berlin noise, as you can see. I want it a little bit higher. We have more of these, and I can put up the frequency or yeah, but frequency on the X higher. So now you have on the Y and X, you have frequencies. So now I will create like these really elongant pieces of area, but I want them to be on the Y also like a little bit elongant. So we also with on the Y, they're a little bit out there. So now we have like these floating pieces of rock, which I want to do something, because they are at the moment pretty plain. They don't have really much hill on it and other stuff. So I want to do something with it. And I may actually put the threshold like higher, because not that I want more things connected, but bigger islands. And that would be great. Bigger islands and more connected islands also. This is a little bit too high. It's just fiddling with settings most of the time. Until you have the right setting. Sometimes zooming in will give you more precision and more fiddling space. For example, now I can put it 300. Because you can't type in numbers here, which is kind of annoying, I find. Because then you can really play with it. Come on, move. Because yeah, I don't have that many values. This looks okay. Yeah. So now we have this 3D. Now I want to distort it so we can have like hills on there. So if I get the distortion standard, I actually don't want to standard. Yeah, just to distort. Yeah, here the distort. So the distort takes in a base. By the way, how you disconnect it is just right click and then disconnect. Yeah, it's so freaking hell behind. So distortion. I'm actually gonna take another Berlin for this with a higher frequency and add that, and then let's look at that, how that looks. So now we added to the parts that used to be just these flat rock parts. Now we have this more detailed rock terrain, which looks a lot nicer, a lot more detailed, and a lot more natural in a way than. Yeah, we'll put it up. Okay, this is probably gonna be better. I'm also gonna put down the audio on the background. But I will actually listen to myself for a second. I can hear myself fine, so I don't know if it's gonna be something. Let's see. So this creates a more natural feel of Berlin noise. We actually, what I want to do is give it on the Y, like have it like really being enlonged down below, not so much on X. We still have like the smoothness on top. Really have like these big dips on the bottom. That's kind of what I want to create. So you have these peaks and the it's just handy that you can have like two screens and just almost instantly see what you have done with the terrain. Because this looks good. This is something I like. This is also more interesting terrain than somewhere else. So next up is, and now I've come to the point where I have like this terrain I want to work on. So I want to put caves in. That's something I'm gonna do. And also I'm gonna color the terrain, which means like say like this is now that kind of stone, this is now that kind of stone, this is now that kind of stone. So first for the caves, I'm thinking of using the cave standard because it's pretty good. And if you, I think you need to even put it like down below like there a little. And also I don't know actually if it will interfere with the 3 islands or not, or if it only will. Yeah, it does not do anything with the ground below even, because I don't see caves in these mountains. Yeah. So the caves is not really something that we can do here because it has this much open terrain. But what I will do though is put on the islands minimum. Come on. And put it somewhere above 64, so the water, so the islands don't be in the water. Which is now happening. I hope it's not an abrupt cut, but it's more like a smooth transition. Yeah, it looks more like a smooth transition than an abrupt cut. So it's remapping the values, which is a good thing. But it will mean that I do need to change some values a little bit. Get something better. Yep, like this. So now we have like this and long, really long terrain, which is awesome. So next, drain, drop, and sink is how you make caverns and drop holes. Holes, I mean. I'm not gonna do it because it's useless in my world. Yeah. So, next thing is color. Something you can use for the strata is like these are all the stratas. For normal terrain, you have these 5 stratas you can use. But I'm not gonna use any because these just say that like have some pre-filled things, so you have copper, iron, and some stones in the underground, which you can use. You can also join stratas together with this and then just add them all. Also, if you want to inspect one of these, you can right-click it and open reference node, and you can see how they made this. So, get out. It didn't suppose needed to move that. Okay, but you can see how they done this and how they made their whole. How the creators of the game made their things. So you will see here that they have these stratas. They just have all 5. They just added. That's a really handy thing. If you see something in another thing you want to use, you can just copy it and use it in yours. No, I don't want to save it. So next up, I want on this terrain, I want some grass, preferably. and also some stone. So how we do that is we have, for the caves we have decorations, for the surfaces we have decorations, and for the creed we have decorations. So what they all are is the caves is the caves. So it's what you put into the cave generation. The surface is what you put in the height map. So it's only like this height map thing. And then we also have the treat. The treat is the islands on top, which in my thing here. But could be anything else you have. So I'm going to use a treat, and then we have two things, the substrate and the decorations. Substrate is you create a new one and then you add something, come on, and you see you get a block type, depth, deviation, minimum grading, maximum grading, minimum y and maximum y. These are all just how the layers of your world work. So for example, this is salty soil, but I'm going to use barbed grass / clay soil, which also has some foliage metadata. So this, if I add this to this, you'll see that suddenly all my this is actually I added to the caves, which I don't have. So let's just remove. What the heck did I do? I did do something wrong there, and I just will save this. Okay. I think it just crashed on me. Okay. Let's just. I'm just quickly gonna remake it. It makes easy to remake these biomes because I've worked in this program for a little bit now. So is there also my noises are not that complicated. Just my values are not going to be the same anymore, but that does not really matter. Berlin, come on, give me your Berlin. Berlin, thank you. There, that in the 3D islands. Water off, yeah, that there. So if I now layout this, okay. And then we can visualize it into window 4. Okay. Oh yeah, I actually will add in height map, just say that this exists and then this is 0. This will make the water visible. And also I need this around here, and I will need that one. So we have height. And this is how fast you can work with this, by the way. You can really do quick edits, quick work. So I'm now back, only I don't have the ground. Actually, yeah, it's a lot more to add, so I'm not going to do that now. So if we create a new one of these, don't know what happened last time. I mean, that did not happen before. So I'm gonna add it to the treat, which is the top bar. So this will now create a 6 deep thing. And as you can see, we now have grass on our islands. They are really spaced out of each other. That's because of problem noise. On my previous one, I used simplex noise. A little bit better for that. Actually use it because simplex is a lot better for the one here. There. Huh. Ooh, really bigger islands. Like these are some really big islands. This is kind of what I wanted. So this is actually looking really cool. And that's just changing one thing out for another, and you can really add to it and then make something with it. Also, yeah, only on the top parts of the thing there will grow grass, because everything below will be darker, even if there's light there, because light goes sideways. It's kind of annoying. I do not know how to change that. So, and you can edit or change the foliage. You also can change how it displays. So for example, you can add 2D noises here for the variation. So I will put this on 3 and the variation on 2. It gives a better result. So it now goes 3 deep, and then it has a variation on some places of 2. So next up is, and you can add more substrate. So if you want more details or more other things, you can add it. Decorations, a new custom decoration. Decorations you can do on the floor or the ceiling, wherever you want it. So if we add new decoration, we can get an instance. And you have these instances. You have building, natural props to add it, buildings to add it. Apparently the dark shines are something that they need to add it. But you can, for example, just get a tree that is already in the game. For example, this small luster thing. And then you have the minimum size and maximum size. The density, which I like to put like pretty low because it gets high really fast. This threshold, also put it like way low. And then I'm also gonna add some noise, Berlin noise, because otherwise we all everywhere there will be trees, which is not a good thing, really. Just also put it up somewhere, and then we'll add this to our street. So this now should generate trees. We will see if it does. This is after the Oh yeah, we need a constraint type, and it's not gonna be silty soil. I think it's the clay I used up there. No, silty soil. So we barbed silty soil. Yes, barbed silty soil. Okay. Maybe that will do it. Because it's only, yeah, here we already see a tree. So there's a tree, there are trees. I can now say like it must be denser, the trees. So you see that now the trees here are denser. Also the threshold, I will put it a little bit up there. So we have more space that is going to be used for trees. So this bunch will not be much bigger normally. Yeah, you see, it goes a lot farther. So this is, for example, just a little thing. And then we also can say, for example, if you have this, then we can say, for example, we want everywhere else to be metamorphic rock. 0. Think if you do it like this, get everywhere else metamorphic rock. I mean 32, this is never anywhere going 32 deep. And yeah, and also now is like a good time to how to lay out stuff, because then you really see that it lays out it nicely. And now is also a good thing to just like change colors of stuff. So if you add more plants, if you add more things, you can really make one biome look really well. And if you want like features to exist on other biomes, you can just copy and paste these things. So you can copy and just paste them. Apparently it didn't copy it well. So copy and paste. You see I have it again. And then for the biome generation here, you can add another biome. I will just use this biome now. Excuse me. Maybe that was a little bit too loud. Sorry for that. Alien invasion, for example. I clicked. There we go. Alien invasion. So this just has a biome weight. At the moment, as we can see here on this one, it's all an unnamed biome, which is the biome we made, because it has a name, but I'm gonna call it normal. So now it's gonna be normal, and now we can see that like 50%, 50%. It has the same weight. So for example, if you put more weight on this, is it going to generate the other biome? Apparently it isn't. Okay, but let's just add, for example, a noise in the vegetation. So if we just add some Berlin, get this out of the way. Add vegetation here. And you will suddenly see, maybe it's not gonna do it because it's too high of a value. But you can actually see if you have the height map up. So now it's all alien invasion here. So if it regenerates, it should all actually be alien invasion instead of the normal one. This is not alien invasion, this is done my own biome. Not good. Why? It's gonna let it refresh. And it's still generating that. So range. That's 100% alien invasion here. Yeah, there's something wrong there. But you can see on the height map how probable it is to get something. And I just like to put the weights all the way up. If I put this all the way down, maybe it will generate. Huh, won't even do that then. Okay. Yeah, you can put these off. Come on, off. Yeah, the generation takes a lot of time and a lot of processing, so I can just say stop, for example. Stop doing that. And then place the weight like really low. Okay. Just want to show it actually because alien invasion is a nice one to see. It's not wanting to generate it because it's generating and then it's not generating. Yeah, okay. Not generating this. Send to. That was stupid of me. But this is alien invasion. It looks amazing. It just like these Tauruses and trees everywhere else. It just looks funny. But if we add our biome also to this list, and you will see that there will be a variation normally. At the moment, not. Yeah, it's 100% normal. But if I make the weight 1, and then add vegetation, we may see it's at the moment all alien correctly. So I just will add this and then just change this until I see something happen. Yeah, here's something happening. So here we have like partially alien invasion and partially normal. A lot of normal here, a lot of alien invasion here. So that's how you can change it up a little bit. So actually where the alien invasion is, like where the aliens are, I think, because there's not much vegetation there, it's actually gonna generate normal, I think, because it has the same weight. And yeah, let's see. So this is in between the floating islands and the alien invasion. So you can see that the bottom is still like the alien invasion, but or water, and then you have the top, which is holes, alien invasion, and some other stuff. Which is like, if you have the same algorithms for some of the stuff, it can get really funny how it's like mixing those two up. Also, just because the alien invasion is like, I clicked something, didn't I? Yes, I did. Huh. Looks so cool. But you can, like, for example, also add the altitude and the temperature, and then just play with it and play with the height map and just see, like here, and get these not to 50-50 but to 100 0 and 0 100. That would be like more amazing. For example, I think if you max clamp these, so if I get a mega clamp, can mega clamp this, I think it will do a lot for us. Because if I think as I open the reference here, I can see what they have as values. 50, 50, 50, 50 currently, and 50 on weight. So this is just like an all-round thing. I can actually place this there. Currently it does not update. No. So this is not good for the normal part. Only a little bit normal. Seeing normal. Okay. If we, for example, look at this, this is bigger values. Now you may see more like islands in the sky. But this is a really hard thing to do. Getting the biomes, like two totally different biomes to work together, is a really difficult thing to do. Here you see like a tree of the normal one. Also, what you can do is put the Berlin 2D here higher, so it's more like more like 100 and just a little bit here also 100. So it's more like differentiable between them. This may give like better results. It just looks amazing how it is like has these two layers. And also has like these sometimes roundish shapes in there just because of the generation of the alien invasion. What I've done in another one, and I'm now going to show the one I was making. So let me see if I file and to open the islands. This is the one I was working on a little bit ago. I can actually close this and close this, and then just go to yes, this one, and place it on the other window. So I also have different biomes, but I have one normal biome, one desert biome. And as you can see with the show the height map, it's like really that. But if I zoom out, it's like 100% desert and 100% normal. And I think if I go to here, zoom out a little bit, and look around, yeah, there's no. If we move like a little bit, I think we may be able to see like a change in split between the desert and the normal. Maybe, or we instantly are gonna be in desert or in normal. Yeah, we're totally normal. Don't know how far it is actually. But that's how you create, for example, like this isn't a while that you have normal biome and then a while you have desert biome. Apparently it does not want to show my desert biome. Also, yeah, I have trees. They are really dense, but they don't show up on that many places. So that's that. But like the desert is with sand and has other type of trees, but it's still the same generation. It's still the islands and stuff, so that does not change. And then you can really have like these interloping things easier than what you would have with just normal. So yeah, if there are any questions about this, you can always ask me them via the forum or via Discord. I will look to it. Or just join a call that I'm in. Doesn't matter, and ask questions. I will answer them probably. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it, and see ya later. If there are more questions for the stream, I will keep it open a little bit longer, so I can answer those questions. I will answer them in chat because I have a lot of delay on my stream itself. Don't know why. So what I will do is just answer them in chat.